यो व्हाट्स अप माय फ्रेंड्स, आई एम संस्कार एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय पॉडकास्ट। अगर आप चैनल पर नए आए हैं देन प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए बिकॉज हम हर ट्यूसडे एंड फ्राइडे को एक नया पॉडकास्ट एपिसोड निकालते हैं एट 5 PM IST। आज के वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले हैं सुमित शाह से, जो कि दुकान के फाउंडर हैं। तो बेसिकली हम बात करेंगे कि हाउ यू कैन स्टार्ट योर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जर्नी। अगर आपको एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है, हाउ कैन यू लुक फॉर आइडियाज़, हाउ कैन यू सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम्स एंड बेसिकली क्या वो आइडिया होगा which can be your $1 million idea. So stay tuned, पूरा वीडियो देखेगा and the video begins in 3, 2, 1. Let's say I want to be an entrepreneur. मतलब मुझे entrepreneur बनना है but I don't have any ideas, कोई product का आइडिया नहीं है, कुछ information नहीं है. I just want to be an entrepreneur. मैंने कुछ आइडिया सोचा but when I did some market research I find that there is somebody doing exactly the same thing, or not exactly but something very much similar. So what should be my reaction to that? Like, is my dream over, or I can build something, still build something, or I can do some tweaks, or I should take motivation ki ha mera idea is so good ki there is already a product. So what should be my reaction?
Yeah, first so you have to start from the basics, okay, right? When you say like you want to become an entrepreneur, तुम्हें लाइक 50,000 रुपए पर मंथ कमा के सेटिस्फैक्शन से रहना है या फिर $1 billion कंपनी बनानी है, राइट? नाउ इफ योर आंसर इज ठीक है 50,000 मेक्स मी हैप्पी, देन आई विल गिव यू एग्जांपल। पानी पूरी आप खाए हो, आप लाइफ में बहुत बार खाए हो। जब नया पानी पूरी वाला सोचता है कि लाइक मेरे को एक पानी पूरी का ठेका खोलना है, तो वो ये नहीं सोचता कि यार कोई तो सेम पानी पूरी बना रहा है, सेम पानी डाल रहा है, सेम मसाला बना रहा है करके तो स्टार्ट करोगे नहीं। In that case, he
Right.
starts, he makes 50,000, I'm sure, right? Versus when you think of building a big scale businesses, वहां पे किस चीज पे काम करना है, क्या प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना है, how big is the market, then that becomes like super important. So what to work upon becomes like super important as much as how you are going to execute that particular thing.
Let's say मेरे पास कोई आइडिया नहीं है. So is it a right way to reverse engineer, like let's say कोई pre-existing successful model है, I can just replicate that, like let's say Uber है, so I can build something like Uber for plumbers, like plumbers आपके घर पे आएंगे from an app. So is that a good way to come to an idea?
It again like depends, right? If you are trying to replicate something which has already worked, say in the West or maybe in China, it's not a like bad thing. इंडिया में नहीं है, अगर तुम्हें पोटेंशियल दिखता है तो तुम करो रेप्लिकेट
Okay.
एग्जैक्ट सेम वे में, you start executing all that. But I think fundamentally the way you have to think about choosing the idea or like execution and all that is a simple pattern, right? First is like what is changing in the world, ठीक है? What pain, like new pain has arisen because of that change? Is there anyone trying to address that pain? ठीक है? Okay, there is someone who is trying to address that pain, but not the way Indian market expects it to be.
Makes
So
sense.
you can start trying to solve that pain in your own way. Then ultimately you have to figure out like whether people will pay you for solving their pain or not, which is like again like important. सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम ही सॉल्व नहीं करने, तो वो प्रॉब्लम पकड़ना है तुम्हें, and keep finding the creative ways to solve that particular problem. So that's how like one should think about. It should not start from यूएस में एक टैक्सी कैब ड्राइवर सॉरी एग्रीगेटर चल रहा है तो अपन इंडिया में बनाते है नहीं वो प्रॉब्लम, मतलब आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू द एग्जांपल.
So also, is it right to just want to become an entrepreneur and then think of an idea, or you should want to become if you have the right idea before?
Yeah, the first thing is like I'm not sure what's the latest updated definition of entrepreneur. For me, all about like having like whatever knowledge that you have, you're just trying to solve one problem and making money out of that.
Right.
ठीक है, बाकी सब कुछ स्क्रैच like whatever is fancy definitions कुछ हो गए. हाँ यार मैं 100 रुपए का GoDaddy पे जाके डोमेन खरीद लिया and I'm adding my bio. That's not how it works, right? You actually have to like have some kind of skills and then try to pick a problem and then build a solution and then try to make money out of that. Initial अगर small phase है तो like you are trying to make money for yourself. जब big ambitions होते हैं तो then there will be like stakeholders. Your company might be like doing the IPO, then you have to make sure like how does the investors who are going to invest in your company are going to get return out of that, because ultimately it's all about money. It doesn't matter whether it is a guy who is working at like 500 or like 2000 rupees salary in a clothes shop, or an entrepreneur who is trying to, land the rockets back on earth. It's all about money.
Now, quickly, let's talk about Dukaan. So,
Hmm.
how did you come up with the idea for Dukaan, and more importantly, आपने कैसे आइडिया से एग्जीक्यूशन में गए? लाइक वाज इट एन ओवरनाइट थिंग कि हाँ भाई आज आइडिया आ गया, कल काम स्टार्ट किया, या फिर थोड़ा सोचा, मार्केट रिसर्च किया,
Hmm.
आपके पास एक रेवेन्यू मॉडल था क्या ऑलरेडी?
Hmm.
कैसे मतलब सब कुछ हुआ?
So I think like it was not overnight. It happened within like microseconds. Okay? And that didn't start with the idea. That started with a problem. And the problem was simple. Ki somebody has sent me the PDF file on WhatsApp, and I have a firm, how do I say, instinct that people or like businesses cannot run on WhatsApp business, right? Then I start connecting the dots कि as a consumer मेरे को कितने बार मेरे अपने सेलर्स ने WhatsApp पे PDF कैटलॉग भेजा है, ठीक है, मान लिया कि लाइक 3-4 बार भेजा है करके, बट देन यू अप्लाई योर लाइक लास्ट 10 years का नॉलेज, लाइक ठीक है, व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑफ कॉमर्स, व्हाट ऑल टूल्स पीपल आर यूजिंग, व्हाट पीपल माइट बी यूजिंग राइट नाउ. तो वो पॉइंट ऐसा था कि लाइक पूरे ऑफलाइन स्टोर सेट है, पीपल आर नॉट गोइंग आउट फॉर द शॉपिंग, एंड द सिंपल इंसाइट वाज कि लाइक यार शॉपिफाई मोबाइल पे नहीं चल रहा. So most of the businesses won't be
राइट.
able to leverage the capability of Shopify to build the businesses and thrive. And that's exactly what we picked कि like ठीक है, मेरे को पता है बड़ा है. क्यों पता है? क्योंकि like तुम ऑलरेडी 10 साल से 50 टूल्स यूज किए हो, वर्डप्रेस यूज किए हो, वूकॉमर्स यूज किए हो, शॉपिफाई यूज किए हो, and you know that it works. So for us it was no brainer कि like ठीक है, एक प्रॉब्लम है कि like इंडियन मार्केट है, ह्यूज है, मोबाइल पे सब कुछ चलना
राइट.
चाहिए, right from your store creation to processing hundreds of orders, and there is no such platform. So can we build that platform? Yes, we can. Why? Because I have friends who knows how to code. I know VCs who are in the business of selling money. So that's how it
राइट.
started.